behalf of Anoki Media, we are pleased to welcome you here this evening to experience Anoki Media's 12th Anniversary Awards Show in association with Johnny Walker.
Anoki Media's 12th anniversary event in association with Johnny Walker. You heard why, for 12 years, why I started the company and why it's continued. For one reason and one reason only: to give voice to our richly diverse and dynamic community here in the West. To acknowledge that an identity exists and flourishes here, which equally pulls and resonates from our motherland as it does from the country that we reside in. Across our magazine, blog, video, newsletter, social media, we showcase stories, ideologies, and perspectives that undeniably conclude that as a collective, our community is a force to be reckoned with. Tonight is our tribute to this very force, to attest and submit to all exactly why we rock. And I'm going to say that again: to attest and submit to all why we rock as a community. But before I begin, I do need to give some props to some people. I'd like to acknowledge the hundreds of people who curate our media, who span far and wide across the GTA and around the world. At the helm sits Anoki Media's dream team, who seamlessly keep it all together, behind the scenes and behind closed doors, to ensure that content reaches you all in a timely, consistent and engaging manner. No matter how chaotic it gets, no matter how many fires they have to quench, and no matter how many mountains that they need to climb to reach that nirvana. I'd like to take this moment to pull them from behind the scenes to center stage, because it's on each of their shoulders that the very foundation of the House of Anoki Media functions. And they deserve this moment. They deserve their moment in the sun. Here they are. Why I decided to create the Anoki List 2015 First-Time Commemorative Coffee Table Book as our homage to you, our community. Those of you who have helped create and uplift our identity in the West.
This applause, everybody. Thank you so much for that wonderful, thunderous applause. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my, look, very special people all around me. I love it. You know, I'm so, Raj Gurn thinks of everything. You know, she knew it was...
if you know me, is a very rare occurrence. It doesn't happen often, so take it in for a while. Firstly, I want to thank Anoki Media and Raj for this amazing award. You know, it's in the most promising category, which feels like a recognition for what I've been doing, but also a recognition of potential to do so much more, and that is so encouraging, so thank you so much for that. Of course, I would not be here without my family, my mom and my siblings, and they couldn't be here tonight, but they are on WhatsApp with me right now. So I want to thank them because nothing would be possible without them. The amazing people at Omni Television that took a chance on me when I had no experience, Renato Zain and Arjuna Ranavana that continue to support me today. My amazing partner in crime and television, Rahul Janeja, thank you for sharing your vision of VMix with me. Yeah, give it up. You know, absolutely. And a very big shout out to my awesome friends, Annie and Kanish. They are my family tonight and they are here with me. And I just want to say, I do what I do because I absolutely love it and because music and art has the potential to spread positivity and love in the world, and to be recognized for that is such an honor. Thank you so much.
Wanna play it again? Okay. Just getting my African dance on. I don't know if that was African. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for the award. I believe the children are the future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Thank you. I'm kidding. No, really, I am just so honored to be given this award and to be in the same category with so many talented, distinguished people. It's just such an honor. So thank you so much for this. Of course, I want to thank Anoki. Believe it or not, I was at Anoki's very first award ceremony 12 years ago. And my, how much Anoki has changed over 12 years. They're just doing so many wonderful things. And how lucky are we that we have Anoki as a platform to celebrate us and all of our talent, because there is so much talent in the South Asian community, is there not? And also, how lucky are we that we have Raj, who has made it her life goal. If anybody has had the opportunity to talk to Raj, you know this. She's dedicated her life to putting us on the map, and she manages to do it in such a cool and fabulous way. So thanks so much, Raj. We're so lucky to have her. And finally, am I getting music? Am I being told to be quiet? Finally. Thanks for watching CB24 Breakfast. I so appreciate being able to come into your homes every morning. It's a very intimate place. I appreciate it. Some of you need to work on what you're wearing early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Put some clothes on. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Jake. Thank you so much for that. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't know if I'm more nervous about tripping in this dress or the fact that I'm not wearing a bra. But now that I have all your attention, just saying. This right here is so encouraging, and so are all of you. A bunch of sexy and successful people who inspire me. And there has been a lot of love and generosity that has put me here. And I want to first and foremost thank Raj Gurn, you fierce, wild woman who I love and adore. You inspire me, and so does your fabulous team, and this is so incredibly encouraging. When I look at it, wow, I will definitely be using this as a weapon against any self-doubt that I ever have. I want to thank my parents for teaching me to dream. To my brother, my sister, for your unconditional love and support. To Naveen, my boyfriend, my better half, thank you so much, Jade dear. Thank you so much for being so much light in my life, and thank you so much for keeping me grounded. Thank you to my WAM team, my wardrobe, hair, and makeup, to all the humanitarians out there. Oh, is this the music? Oh my gosh, okay, now great. Now this is making me nervous. Okay, thank you so much to all the women. I'm told to pull this up. Thank you so much to all the women. This is for the sheroes in my life. I love all the wild and free spirits. Thank you so much for being so supportive, and thank you so much for being a symbol of hope. The more we cheer each other on, and the more we build each other up, that's how we're going to be the best possible people ever. Thank you so much for this. I'm so grateful, I'm so humbled, and thank you so much for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
I read this thing, one last thing I'm going to say about them. I read this thing that 1 out of 3 Americans are not impressed by the Great Wall of China. 30% of American citizens not impressed by the Great Wall of China. I think it's because 1 out of 3 Americans are also visible from outer space. No fat jokes, no fat jokes, no incest jokes, no Call of Duty jokes. Keep it grown up. Okay. So like I mentioned, I was born in Russia, which throws off every white person I've ever talked to in my life. They're like, that doesn't make sense. That makes you a brown Russian. Right? That's not a person, that's a drink, buddy. It's vodka and hot chocolate. What happened is back in the day, my parents actually went to study in the Soviet Union because they had great universities back then in the USSR. And because my parents are geniuses, they went to study business and political science in communist Russia. It's like going to fashion school in North Korea. Studying business ethics in Quebec. Abstinence seminars in Scarborough. Local jokes. And that's just the beginning, right? Because obviously my status as a brown Russian complicated my life a little bit, especially when I travel, because not only am I a young male with brown skin, a beard, and a Muslim name, I'm possibly an ex-communist spy or Vladimir Putin's Secret Service agent in Canada. If my life was a movie, it'd be called 10 Things America Hates About You. If you guys have seen that movie. I'm a supervillain, is what I'm trying to tell you. Combining the two worst fears, old school communism and new wave terrorism, is like, with one hand I'll like cripple them with suicide attacks, and then heal them with free health care. I hate that shit down there. Can I swear? Maybe I just did, never mind. But yeah, that's obviously the best case scenario. That's assuming that the authorities believe me when a brown guy hands them a Canadian passport that says he's from Russia. Okay, it looks like the world's worst forgery, hands down. Like I got my paperwork from a terrorist discount store of some kind. You know, some place called Walmart or... Guys, that is Class A wordplay. If you're not laughing at that, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. So I live in a lot of different places, Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, the kind of places where you don't hear words like film festival, where you often hear words like death toll. We're all used to it, I'm sure. There's somebody back here enjoying those racist jokes. Well, when I came here, it was the first time I'd been in North America. I'd never been in North America before coming to Canada, and I had no idea what to expect, didn't know, how things were. In fact, my only point of reference was all the porn I'd been watching back home. And I'm convinced that all brown immigrants learn about life here through pornography. That's why when we get here, we immediately get to work as pizza delivery guys. You can follow me on Twitter @TerrorSuspect. That's my real Twitter handle. Thanks and have a good night, guys. Thanks for having me here. See you later. I used up all of my words. These are somebody else's words here. But thank you once again for this. I think it's very important to be recognizing each other in this world and every life from now on. It depends on. Somebody's motioning it to me. What would you like me to do? Change my this. There you go. Guys, I'm taking direction from everybody tonight, so if you want me to do something different, just shout it out. Just shout it out right now. But yeah, thanks a lot again to Anoki and Raj for doing this for me and for all of my fellow nominees and awardees, I guess. And you guys have a good night. There's an open bar apparently. Let's all get drunk later. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. See ya.
Speaking, that's a good vote of confidence. Jake Deere, were you able to see how Stromologlis is pronounced? Did you get that? Not bad. Solid, bro. Solid. This is going to be broken by my 3-year-old son in like an hour and a half from now, so I'm going to enjoy it while I have it. Put it down. I'm hoping to get played off. That seems like an interesting experience for everybody. What's happened for it so far? This is a nice award. And you know what, Anoki, I'll tell you, you're right. This award. You're right. I had a good year. No. To all the other nominees in this category, suck it. No, there was nobody else in this category. It's just me. But one day I'll be able to say that to a group of people, and it's going to feel good. This award goes out to my wife, who I'm very happy is with me. It is not. I mean, if you men, just imagine this: you're in your 30s and you say, "Honey, I'm going to start doing stand-up comedy," and your wife looks at you and says, "Good idea, honey, you do that. Yeah, you go ahead and you do that." I met her when I was already a bit of a broke stand-up comedian, so that helped, but she's given me so much freedom to go out and explore it. In 3 weeks, it'll be 9 years that I've been in comedy, and in that time, I've been able to achieve some wonderful things, and I'm very happy, and a lot of that has to do with the support that I get from my wife and my family, and that's it. Play me off, just so I have this experience. Come on, I could go on about start singing. That's it. This is one of my favorite tracks too. Oh man, just let it sit for a second. Oh, it feels good. I requested this song to play me off. This is exactly how I wanted it to go. East in the Middle East.
In my day job as a positive space coordinator at Georgetown College, I facilitate anti-homophobia and anti-transphobia workshops. And in these workshops that I facilitate, I can't tell you how many times I've had a South Asian participant look at me directly and to my face say that there's no such, like, Indian people aren't gay, or these things don't exist back home in our country. And sadly, this is not a message that I've heard for the first time. I feel like that my queerness has often alienated me from Indian communities. So at the core of my work and my artistic practice, I have this desire to serve that alienated brown queer kid that I was growing up. And all the brown queer kids, they get told that they don't exist or shouldn't exist. This award means so much because it makes me hopeful that perhaps we're moving towards a world where being queer and South Asian aren't at odds with each other and is something that we can celebrate. So thank you so much, Anoki, and also thank you so much for designing an award that matches with my outfit. Have a good night.
Should I bring a series of cue cards? What should I do? And then I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to speak from my gut. I'm going to speak from my core. So this is my authentic self, and this is my message to you. Be yourself. Believe in yourself. Go after your dreams. Don't let anything, anyone stop you. Reach for the stars. Go for the universe. You can be anybody you want to be, even if that means reaching for the stars differently. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can be another Joe Cat. Woo! Go Anoki! Be unique.
You know, I asked Jewel, I said, how did you convince that Archie guy to put a disabled character? And she said, if you don't ask, you're not going to get anything. So that's a very good way to live life. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Farah. Thanks, everyone. Big thanks to Anoki Media and Raj, of course. We've been thanking her and the entire team at Anoki all night, but I'm going to keep repeating that. You're as good as the people that you work with, so thank you to everyone that I've ever worked with. You're as good as the people that teach you, so thanks to all of my teachers. You're as good as the platforms that you're given and that encourage you, so thanks to whoever I've worked with, wherever I've worked, and of course Anoki Media. And you're as good as the people that support you, so a big thanks to my friends, super thanks to my family, and a big thanks to my wife, because she's always there. Thank you very much.
Celebrating the tremendous achievements of our South Asian community. I am so honored and so humbled to receive this award. Thank you so much, Anoki Media, and thank you so much to Raj. I want to say a special thanks to Anoki for shining a spotlight on mental health issues in our community. 1 in 5 people experience a mental health issue in this country. Now take a look around the room. That's 1 out of 5 people sitting here tonight. And in the South Asian community, we're so afraid to talk about mental health. We're afraid because there's so much shame and so much stigma attached to mental health. But the reality is, so many people in our community need help. Our grandmothers, our cousins, our children, our friends, so many of us are suffering in silence. Now is the time to break that silence. We need to work together. We need to name it, we need to face it, and we need to address it. Let's start the conversation. So thank you, Anoki, especially for creating a space for us to have that discussion. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you to Dilshad for introducing me. You're awesome. This is really exciting for me for a number of reasons. First of all, I lost the Junos 2 years in a row, so this is nice. This is actually bigger than the Juno Award, I think, so that's also cool. I want to thank Raj. She's very inspiring to me as a woman. My album is called Woman. And, you know, she spoke on intersecting identities, which I am familiar with, being a bit of a blend of things. My dad was born in Tanzania, and part of his heritage is Gujarati. Yeah. So it's awesome. I'm really honored for the South Asian community's, open arms welcoming me. And I went to India in December and I fell in love with it. It was kind of hard for me to come back, but here I am. I studied yoga, music, and I just want to thank everyone who supports the arts, everyone who is interested in investigating social issues, and everyone who's honored tonight. Thank you to Raj, thank you to the Anoki team, thank you to my manager Kevin who's sitting over there. And I hope you all have a beautiful evening, and that last comedian was hilarious. Woo!
Wow. All I see is like candles on the table because of the lighting. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anoki. I'd like to thank, first and foremost, my parents who refused to come here because it's too cold. But in addition to thanking Anoki, I must thank the city of Toronto. Anyone here from Toronto? The city of Toronto is very special to me, and one of my oldest friends, one of my oldest musical friends is sitting right next to me, Amita Honda, DJ Amita, who does a monthly party here at Bay Showroom. We got started in our early days at a very important cultural event, Desh Pradesh, that was from the start in Toronto and influenced me greatly. I'm also humbled to be in a room with many colleagues, people I've worked with through the years, at least done shows with them and play their music. And I also just want to quickly thank Zaina Rashid. Thanks to Desi Hits for not hiring her so she could work with me. And to everyone else who's helped me in my journey. And you guys ready to dance later? No. Are you ready to dance later? We got a great lineup, and I'm happy to be spinning later tonight. And thank you all very much.
Where did that come from? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You made all of this up. Yeah, there you go. Rick, I was right, always sees candles from here, it's pretty cool. I'd just like to say thank you to Anoki, thank you to the industry. I see Mahoya Rishi's here as well, one of the pioneers in doing collaborations in mainstream. I want to say thank you to Vinay, for Dr. Kavi, Ajay, his dad, Mr. Ramani, for helping me out in the industry. Realistically, I want to thank my wife. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight because my son's got the flu. But really, I think the main thing is, what I want to really say is, the music industry, and I've been doing it 10 years and it makes me feel so old now, but the music industry's changed so much, and I think what we do, we owe it to people like Rishi, people like Jay Sean, who's collaborated and brought brown people to be really cool in the mainstream. And I think Anoki, this is what it's all about. If I'm working with Ludacris and T-Pain and all these mainstream artists, it means that we're really making a difference in music industry. That's what it means. So a round of applause for yourselves and for the industry itself. And being Punjabi, I mean, how many Gujaratis are in here? Is there any Gujaratis in here? 4 over here and 2 over here. How many, have we got any Pakistanis here? Anyone from Pakistan? Why are they in the back? Have we got any Punjabis in here? Okay. So later on we're going to be performing. I want to see all the Punjabis on your feet. I want you all clapping. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Anoki. Thank you, my wife, Lindy. Thank you again, Vinay. Rishi, big up. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, I always said when I get married, one thing I wanted to do is bring my wife up with me. So I've done that. I wanted to say thank you to Anoki, the whole team. Raj, you're such an inspiration, an amazing woman, and it's such a great platform you give to us. And I feel, you know, what I'm trying to do is make a difference in music, and I think, you know, Manj, DJ Rekha, all the people in the same category, what we've done is we've done things that actually shouldn't work, in music, but somehow it did, and we took that risk. And for me, that's what's been the most important. I'm so humbled and very honored. And I would like to thank our family who are here, Jazz, Gina, Gia, one of my best friends, Anil, and to the future generation of music, Amrit Dasu. I love showcasing new artists. I think it's so powerful that we should have South Asians not just doing, whether it's Punjabi music, but R&B music, and we should celebrate that success. Thank you to my mother, thank you to my family and friends in London, thank you to Guru Nanak, because he is the reason why I'm